Hello crafty cuties! Today I'm going to show you how I customized my bullet journal cover to show a little bit of my creative side. I used an iron-on decal that I got from Michael's. Now I know what you're probably thinking, iron-on? Yes, so that's the disclaimer I'm going to give right now. I am not telling you guys that you should use an iron-on for your bullet journal, but I did it, and I'm going to share with you how I did it because I know I'm going to get questions, and do it at your own risk. So I have this journal here, the leuchtturm 1917, and I do know the cover is plastic, so you gotta go easy on this one, okay guys? So I was just really bored of my cover, so I have been thinking what I wanted to do to customize my cover. I'm also going to give you guys quite a few ideas for how you can alter your cover that will not have to do with an iron-on. So here is my iron-on, and I am just going to figure out where I want to place it on my journal. One thing that I should have done that I didn't was to clean my journal because there was a little bit of dirt, and it's totally fine, it looks fine, but it would have been a good idea if I had cleaned that first. I'm just using an old shirt actually as my cloth, and I put it underneath the cover just because I'm trying to protect everything as well as I can. And then I'm going to place the other part on top of the decal. Now I have my iron here, and I started out with it on like the lowest possible temperature that you can do. This is really important, guys. You have to make sure to do this much slower than the directions say, because the directions are telling you how to do it for a shirt. So I started out with the lowest possible temperature, and I'm going to take a few times where I will place the iron on my book and then take it off, and I was probably doing that in 10-second intervals. Then I kind of realized that my journal was doing totally fine with the heat, and the decal was not starting to come off at all. So I turned up the heat just a little bit, and I kept going back and forth by doing that. So I would just do really short intervals of placing the heat on my cover, and then I would check to see if the decal was coming up. So finally it had, and it probably took 15 or 20 minutes, and not obviously the whole time with the iron on, but I was lifting it quite a few times to make sure that nothing bad was happening. So you really want to make sure that all of the edges are being released, and just make sure that your entire decal is kind of ready to go before you start lifting this. So there we go. I was so excited because I was not sure if this was going to work out, but it did, and there was no damage to my journal, but I don't know. There definitely, there could be if you don't do it careful enough, I'm sure. I was really happy with how it turned out. It looked super smooth, but the top felt like a little tacky, I guess. So I knew that since I bring this with me everywhere and have it in my purse, that I needed to add a little bit of extra protection. So I'm showing you a little spot that did have like a little nick in it, but it was fine. So what I decided to use was my multi-medium matte. And I really love this stuff. You can use it for a glue, you can use it to seal things, and I like that it doesn't add too much texture like Mod Podge. I think that Mod Podge would have worked for this as well, but I just chose this because it does have a matte finish, and I just thought that would be the best. And then I didn't mention that I lit this dry for about like 15 minutes until it was not hot at all before I added the seal or the multi-medium matte. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys about a few ways that you can customize your cover if you are looking to do so, and one is by adding washi tape, which you're going to see I do on the back cover, and that's a really great way to customize. You can choose all types of different colors and themes. The only thing that I would suggest if you were doing this is to actually use a coat of some type of a glue like Mod Podge or what I'm using here underneath and on top, only if you want it to be permanent. And I hope that mine ends up being permanent. I hope it doesn't scratch off. But otherwise, washi tape comes off very easy, and I don't think you're going to be happy with the results. You can also stamp on your journal, and I'm just assuming that you have a journal that's similar to mine. Stamping would work really well. I have actually seen quite a few people who have stamped and embossed, which is really pretty, and I was thinking of doing that here, but I didn't end up doing that. I think that would be a really great option, and I haven't heard anyone saying they had issues with the heat from the embossing, so you could try that. You could also do permanent markers and doodles. I've seen plenty of journals that have mandalas, and that's a really easy shape and thing to draw, so I think that would be really cute. But you could also alter your journal cover with paper, paint. You could use different sprays. I mean, just get creative with it. And my thinking was that if I messed it up, I could just cover it up somehow. I know I'm pretty brave when it comes to altering things, because I guess I'm just always thinking, you know what, it's just a thing. So have fun with it, and I would love to see how you guys alter your journal covers. I was really surprised when I went to YouTube to see if I could find some tutorials on at least like stamping and embossing, and I could not find a single one. So if you guys would like to see me alter another journal cover with stamping and embossing, I would actually love to do that. I don't have a journal in mind right now, but I will find one and I will do it for you guys if you would like that. It's probably a safer alternative to what I did here. But if you do choose to make your journal cover a little more creative, please show me on Instagram. And so you can see I'm just cutting these washi strips as I go, and I am doing a layer of the glue underneath, and I do that as I go because this glue does dry pretty quick. You gotta work kind of fast. And then you're going to see that I do a layer on top, and I do a second layer over my unicorn because I really just wanted to make sure that it was protected. So now that I've had quite a few hours to have my journal dry, it feels really good, and it does not seem like it's going to get scratched at all. I will definitely keep you guys updated, and you will see in my videos. And, you know, my intentions for showing this to you guys was just to kind of inspire you to get creative with your journal covers. And I hope that you enjoyed this video and hope you enjoyed me sharing. And thanks to Bullet Journal Junkies on Facebook for trying to give me some ideas on how I could go about getting this done. I mean, most of you said I shouldn't do it, but I did it and I love it. And thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video, and have a good day.